boxers.
Step back, step back. Listen to me, okay? Come here. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. I tell you now, keep it clean, touch gloves, come out boxing on the bell. Let's go.
Well, Vallily was already trying to put some sort of psychological marker down, wasn't he, Barry, on Nazaryan? Almost trodden his toe, tried to stare right down at him. I think he's about 1.5 feet taller than the Belgian, who has been stopped 3 times, once in his last 3 fights as well. Now, one of those was 12 years ago when he was fighting, would you believe, at 147 pounds. Yes, I'm going to reiterate that, folks. Started out as a welterweight about 11 or 12 years ago. He is outsized, naturally. I think Vallily's going to want to make a bit of a statement tonight as he's searching his 3rd straight KO since he's moved up to heavyweight.
Yeah, the size difference is evident, of course, but punching down has its own problems. The accuracy can't always be as great. You're not used to punching at such a low level, especially with the straight shots, but also gives you an opportunity to land those sickening uppercuts, and they are a sickening shot to get caught with those uppercuts, and it's just going to be a bit harder to work that pudgy body there of his opponent.
Well, that's better, Vallily now maybe just settling down. Stopped Dorian Darch in a couple of rounds. Darch has been in with just about everyone, hasn't he, including Anthony Joshua early on in his career. And we saw him back in May when he only went a round or so. His debut at heavyweight, big right hand sorted things out for him that night. And Barry, it's an interesting thing, you sort of might not have looked upon Vallily coming up to heavyweight as maybe a naturally big guy, and yet he's 230 tonight, and a pretty trim 230. When you think of guys like David Hay were what, 215 at a push.
Daniel Dubois boxed someone last night. It was less than 15 and a half stone. He might have been 6'4", but he was that's what he was. So yeah, it's he's certainly not the smallest of heavyweights.
And in age terms, he's 34 now. Vallily, as he starts to work to the body. But age terms, that's nothing these days, particularly among the big name. And he sounds like he's focused and starting to. He's always had the talent, hasn't he, as an amateur?
Yeah, talent, and he took some risks in his career. Marius Bradis, way too early.
Well, ridiculous, really, when you think about it. Or you see it, look at it on paper.
Well, you look at it now and you think, oh, what a gutsy little effort that was.
And that probably says a lot about Vallily. Not that he was thrown in there, that he would want that opportunity. It's very what though, the size difference. It reminds me a little bit. Was it Safari up against Fury?
Oh, Fury, yes, that's right.
There's just you've got to be careful. I think early on for Vallily that there is no element of farce that can creep into the fight, because the crowd will latch onto that.
Yeah, of course. You introduce yourself in the heavyweight division, of course, but yeah, at some point you're going to have to box a bigger guy. And listen, as we suspect by the records and the appearance, that was an easy first round for Vallily without him really going out of first gear. Just going to see here now, I think, when he's going to throw that uppercut, and it's easy to find his range there, and just bossing stuff without really just having a good look at what this guy has to offer. You'd expect him now. There's when he's going to throw the uppercut, and it's a little bit of I don't know what that was. To be fair, a little bit of acting.
But at least he did, yeah. Well, there's a little bit of the Charles Bronson moustache tonight, isn't there? But anyway, I wonder if now he's going to settle down and go about it. He had a little look, measured in the first round. Wonder if now he'll step it up. I suppose you saw, Barry, the last sort of year and a half with Dave Allen, and I know much of that has been a sort of personality and a social media thing as well, but it just shows you how quickly, particularly for a heavyweight, an opportunity can or could create itself for a guy like
To be
Vallily.
honest, I think Dave Allen's, he's proved he's better than what anyone gave him credit for. He's also proved he's not at the level that some people thought he was at as well, which is no shame in that. But you wouldn't be afraid of chucking Vallily in with Dave Allen. That's actually a fantastic match, really. Because Allen's not the biggest of heavyweights either. So, and he's had plenty of experience now as well at the higher level.
Good jab from Vallily. The Delhi Commonwealth gold medalist, big right hand from him as well. Took it well, the Belgian.
Yeah,
Might have clipped him on the side.
Yeah, it was just a little bit on the back of the head. He's just trying to get around the gloves there, isn't he, Vallily? That's why he's not putting as much weight behind the jab there, Vallily. I think he's just probing with it, trying to get this guy just to open up a little bit.
Again, that's on the top of the head. No, the little bit of playing up, I think now, Nazaryan. He was stopped in 4 by a 10-0 Dutchman last year. One of those 3 stoppages.
Just that bringing him up though, Vallily. When Nazaryan gets close, just rip those uppercuts.
Almost looking for the showreel punch, Vallily there.
Oh, good little short right hand there from Vallily.
Just blew him a kiss, the Bruges fella. He's done it again. Little character, this guy, I think. That's a good jab, Vallily. And again. Well, this could spice things up for us all. Well, he's sort of policing himself a little, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's got bags of talent. I think Vallily's a sort of guy. He's got loads of ability, and I think if he can get his mind and body right, I think there's no doubt he's got the talent to put himself in the mix at whatever sort of level you see that as.
Yeah, you've got to be realistic about what sort of level we're talking at, and until he boxes, a bigger guy or someone who's half competitive, then you need a base at this division to judge him from, of course.
Well, another round goes by. I think there's plenty of stepping stones for us to learn about Vallily over the course of the next year, I suspect. And I think, remember the Craig Glover fight, which it was about a year ago, wasn't it? At Barry at the Metro, literally just down the road. And I think that was he got caught early in that fight, but I think also just the way he went about it that night. I think maybe he was a bit weight drained at cruiser, but
it could be. I got a feeling for a combination of won a decent fight he was up against, maybe a bit of weight because obviously he's moved up the heavyweight, and
Glover was good. Glover was good that night too.
He was good, and also added with a little bit possibly of just lack of inspiration.
Yeah, I think attitude let him down that night partly.
But still, a good fight. You want to take away from Glover's performance, of course.
No, not at all. He was good that night. But I think it just sort of underlines the point I'm making at the end of the round about his sort of mental approach as well as his physical one. Paul Truscott not in the corner tonight. He's done all the other work with him over the last few months. That's an interesting partnership. You remember Truscott, also a Middlesbrough man. 2009 he fought John Simpson twice.
Yes, yeah.
Sort of British
long time ago.
Titles and
good domestic era that was actually for the featherweights.
Terrific. Yeah, I mean he fought Gary Butland, went 12 with Gary Butland after that as well when he moved up to super feather.
Shot. But let's be honest, at the minute, he's up against a walking punchback here now, Vallily, so he needs, he's had a good look at him. Showing a little bit of flashiness here. Now he needs to start going through the gears now. Using that talent.
Yeah, and I think sort of work rate and starting to put combinations together, I think that's the sort of thing that'll make an impression and give him a breakthrough. This little guy's got a high guard. I think he's got a good attitude. I think he's tough enough. Nice right hand. He slashed that across the body for the Vallily.
Yeah, it's just taking a little. After he throws that jab, that left foot just steps. It's only about an inch too close to the target. That's why he's just overextending with the right hand. If he sort of just turns that left foot in rather than takes the step when he throws that left hand, then he gets the full extension of the right hand. He gets him right on the button.
He's talking to him now. He's Nazaryan.
Oh, it's nice there from Vallily.
Another good right hand to the body as well. Oh, clips him. Now he's starting to put his shots together, Vallily. And it is scheduled for 10. This is any sense that Vallily's pacing himself, Barry?
I think he's treating it like a sparring session, isn't he? Just looking for Nazaryan to make some mistakes. That's what he's doing. It's comfortable for him. He's having it all his own way. He's playing with him in many stages, but just be careful to get into a silly rhythm here and treat it as a whole 10-round sparring session where he should be going through the gears. Now get this guy out of here, because that's what you need to do in this division.
Yes, absolutely, particularly in this division. And there was just that little...
Sorry, everything he does works for him. Every time he decides to do some work, a little push for the forehand there, a bit of a space for the right hand. The jab's working fine for him when he decides to let it go. Every time he puts his foot on the pedal remotely, he's having success. He just chooses not to sustain it because he is treating it as just getting some rounds under his belt. But I think, yeah, a little bit of a sustained attack there. Had the guy on the ropes under pressure a little bit. Good.
That was the flurry. That was the one I was thinking. Right, that's what's going to get it done tonight.
But that was good work though, because he didn't take a big step in, so he didn't get too close to allow this guy to hold. He kept that good distance where he could get a full extension on the punches.
Actually, it's a good shot there. You just got side of a scar from a previous cut for Nazaryan, right along the pretty much the length of the eyebrow on the left hand side. It's a good 2-inch scar. And now Vallily's come out, maybe with a bit of devil and business in him at the start of this 4th round. I sense he takes a good shot, Nazaryan.
Yeah, and he rides it a little bit as well, and also using the high guard. He takes a good shot, just takes a little bit of the sting out of the punch, which helps him.
Who knows what his natural weight should be these days? He looks like...
It's got to be one of the only sports where you can overeat and get paid more money. Oh, that's nice, good. Nice smooth work there from Vallily.
Yeah, there's good flow to it, wasn't it?
And he has a nice relaxed style, but maybe just a little bit too relaxed. Good shot. That's a good shot.
Yeah, I think anything that's not sort of flush and straight, Nazaryan's complaining. In fact, often those shots that Vallily's landed on those occasions, those are the ones that can do the damage.
Yes.
Kind of clipping you on the top of the head or side of the ear.
Yeah, they get you on the temple as well. That's really scrambles the senses.
So a minute to go in the 4th. couple of little flurries of defiance from Nazaryan.
Oh, nice there from well-timed left hook from Vallily. Just didn't quite get enough enough torque in it really to get a really pushing back.
He's got him against those ropes in Vallily's corner once again. Now what can he do? Oh, clipped him with a nice left hook to the temple there. There was a low blow in there, but the headshot was a good one.
Oh, good left hook. He needs to look when he gets him on the ropes like that there. Because he got that short little body there, Nazaryan, he's been protected all on the head, so you can do the screw shots, not an uppercut, a straight screw shot right through the guard for Vallily.
Yeah, I mean, just some of those heavier shots starting to get through now for Vallily. Just like to maybe see more of them. There is an ongoing discussion between Nazaryan and his corner. I think he's going to I think he's asking to be pulled out. Might be wrong. I think he's asking to be pulled out. He looks fine. Whether he's holding his left hand, Barry.
I think there's lost in translation here. Something. Yeah, he can't punch with the left hand. He's saying.
I think he's saying he's hurt his left hand.
He doesn't want to know. That's what that is. It's a good right hand there.
There you see the melee, and they're trying to translate now. He's fine. Please, he said. I just saw him. He says, "Please, no knockout." He's trying to say I'm injured and I can't go on. He just said, "Please, no knockout." He said an injury. I've got an injury, so I'm retiring, not a technical knockout. I think that's what he's trying to say. Either way, the fight's going to be over. And it was the first. Yeah, you can see Vallily's got the hump about it. Vallily's got the hump about it now because he thinks he's pulled himself out. And to be fair, Barry, you can understand that's the first run where really went after him a little bit.
What happens when he does this? What happens then is Vallily gets all the stick. As crazy as it sounds, this guy's because he's quit. Because I don't know why he's quit. He might generally hurt his hand, but it looks like he's just quit because he's taking a bit of a pounding. It wasn't that bad, but enough that maybe he's in a weight he shouldn't belong in for a start. But Vallily's cheesed off because he's going. I want to get a conclusive finish. And I want to look good. And now this guy's maybe looked a little bit of a mug. For what? It does him a disservice, and I understand why he is a little bit annoyed.
Well, he's still in discussions with his corner about that left hand. They're about to take the glove off it. And I think Vallily now is that the sort of frustration has just filtered away a wee bit as we look back, and he is posing for photos and saying hello to his fans ringside as well.
You see here in some of the replays, he did some good work for Lily. He got some lovely silky skills. He's nice and smooth. The rhythm in his work is good. The power at this weight still yet to be seen, of course. But he needs some sort of relative competitive matches, or at least some bigger guys, those to make it look, even if they're rubbish, make it look a little bit better for him. This doesn't do no favours boxing a guy who's no bigger than me, but just fat. Do you know what I mean? If this guy was 6'4" but useless, then Vallily wouldn't look so bad on Vallily. So I think that's what he needs right now. A couple of those fights, cut them all in the heavyweight division, and then get him in a competitive test, because he's shown us a cruiserweight that he had some class about him, and I think if he can keep put on the weight sensibly, I think he might produce that as a heavyweight.
Well, there you can see the inspecting the left hand doctors there.
Oh, it's like the David Hay little toe. It's a little finger though this time.
I don't think Vallily's going to go across now. I think between them there's more of an understanding than there was perhaps when the fight first ended. Either way, we have an unsatisfactory conclusion, but it'll mark another one for Vallily. What's he saying, mate?
I don't know, but Vallily's not having it. Vallily's smiling and laughing at him when the fella's telling him why
a genuine
he's
injury.
Vallily's laughing and just going, yeah, I'm not having it, mate.
Well, I suppose for him and how soon he boxes again, how this is described, this result, I'm intrigued. We'll get it from TK.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ron Kearney-Skull called a stop to this contest at the end of round number 4 due to red corner retirement from sustainment to an injury to his hand. Declaring your winner Simon Vallily.
So I'm assuming that's a retirement then. But it's another win for Vallily. I'll go and grab a word with him. Barry, what do you want to